Until 2021, most people had never heard the term metaverse. But now it's everywhere, right? Facebook kicked this off and we're seeing a huge explosion in everything metaverse. This is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, and now is the time to get involved. That's why I bring you some of the best metaverse content out there, focused on the gaming aspects and the building aspects and the earning aspects. And today I have 3 new metaverses that I'm going to show you that are going to be big in the long term. Are you ready? Well, hey there, crypto friends. Thanks again for joining me. So the term metaverse really exploded on the scene in 2021, but it's not a new term. But you can see that last year, there has been a massive uptick in the searching for the term metaverse. You can see here on Google Trends, it has simply exploded in search engine traffic, and it has also exploded when it comes to development. We're seeing a lot of projects push this into their narrative, and even major brands like Facebook, right, getting on board, rebranding to being called Meta, focusing on what they know is going to be the future, right? These people know, they understand. And so we've seen a lot of projects jump in there and start trying to build out these metaverses, these early metaverses. And that means that there's a lot of opportunity out there, right? With these things getting started, we don't know which one is going to take off and be the one, but there is a lot of opportunity out there to get involved now on the ground floor. Imagine being on the ground floor of, the internet and e-commerce and of gaming, right? These things are all things that are huge and multi-billion or even almost trillion-dollar industries at this point, and now is the time to be able to get involved with the metaverse. Whether you're a gamer, whether you're a developer, or you're just somebody who enjoys making a little bit extra cheddar by betting on the right project. So we're gonna jump into a couple metaverses that are up and coming today, but before we get into all that, if you love gaming, you love NFTs, and you love earning money in crypto, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel here and smash that like button if you like what you see. And then jump in my Discord of Stachers, my community, and talk Metaverse, NFTs, and gaming with us. So, okay, to look at what's been on my radar here recently, these projects keep popping up. Everyone wants to be a part of the Metaverse. They want to build their own Metaverse, right? And so sometimes it's kind of hard to keep track of everything that's going out there. But these 3 projects I have today, I think, are pretty solid. And the first one on my list that people have been talking about and that I've been researching is called Wilder World. This is an Ethereum base, but they're coming to Immutable, which I love. That's one of the reasons why I'm featuring now. They just kind of recently have talked about this, that they're coming to Immutable X, which is a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. But they're essentially bringing their metaverse, their brand of metaverse, to everybody here on Ethereum. And what they call the city of Wyoming, right? And I love that, right? And so the whole idea behind this metaverse and most metaverses really is to be able to build businesses, socialize, have your own little piece of real estate, play and earn, right? There's a lot of things like that. So in Wilder World here, you will be able to own luxury cribs, right? You'll be able to own luxury apartments in Wyoming. They have like a mini game where you have Wilder Wheels, where you'll be able to race your friends in a like street car type of, or like street race type of cars. And so they've dropped both of those NFTs already, and the luxury cribs, the land NFTs essentially for this game, they're already at like 15 ETH floor. So these things have definitely skyrocketed in value. The Wilder Wheels, the cars NFTs, those are about half an ETH, so a little bit more affordable there. But that will be part of their like metaverse racing P2E game that is going to be kind of a mini game inside of Wilder World. And the cool thing about this is, there's so many opportunities, and with a metaverse like this, to be able to build your own kind of empire, have fun, and make some money in the actual game itself, right? They've also have some pretty big partnerships here. Wilder World does, in particular with CoinMarketCap, which is kind of an interesting one. They're going to be building like an Alexandria library of crypto within the Wyoming, Wilder World metaverse and city. So that's kind of an interesting thing that they're getting ready to do. We don't see CoinMarketCap partnering with a lot of metaverses to date. So good to see that they're involved with Wilder World. And so of course the Wild token is going to be the main currency for Wilder World. So that's something that you have to look at when it comes to it being an Ethereum based token though. And if you missed out on these NFT drops, which have already happened last year, there are more drops coming. So they are going to have more chances for you to be able to get involved with Wilder World and get in on some of those NFTs. But if you're looking to get a crib, now is probably the time to do it before those things continue to keep going up and skyrocketing for those high-rise buildings. So next on my list here is, and actually it's what they dub as an R-rated metaverse. And I like that kind of name, and it makes sense with a name like Sin City. This is a metaverse that is developing on the Matic network, and they really build themselves as like the first R-rated metaverse. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like you have a Grand Theft Auto rolled into a metaverse that is crypto enabled. And this is like an empire building game where you're essentially building your empire. It's a P2E metaverse, and you're growing your criminal faction or becoming the ultimate kingpin, right? Or working with someone else's criminal faction, or for another big boss there. But you can do all kinds of crazy things in there. You can kidnap your enemies. You can go and rob banks. You can deal drugs. I mean, there's all kinds of things going on in this metaverse, which truly is really an R-rated metaverse in every sense of the term. And all the time you'll be earning sin tokens inside the game for doing these things, defeating others, building up your empire. And they already had their very first land sale, and it sold out incredibly quick. So when it comes to those NFTs, definitely something you want to look into. There are going to be more land sales coming up, so you got to take that in consideration. But there's only 15,000 lands total for this game, so it's a very small amount of land. And owning a land essentially means that you get this business license, right? This NFT business license, which allows you to earn even more, because you'll be the one that can run stores like a gun shop or a brothel, or maybe even like a meth lab. So there's a lot of crazy things going on in this game and ways that you can go and earn. So if you're a big fan of like GTA and some of those style games, I think you definitely like Sin City. Now, they also have a pretty big docs team as well, which is great, and they made some pretty good partnerships as well with companies like Vulcanforge. So definitely looking to see how Sin City shapes up here, and how the 17 different districts that their land is spread across, how those start to shape up too, with a pretty big map and ability for you to play and earn quite a bit. So definitely looking to Sin City. Last here on my list is a project we've talked about before on the channel a little bit, but I think it makes sense to reiterate here because I do think this is going to be one of the bigger platforms, and it's NETVRK. NETVRK is a VR-focused metaverse, which I think is really forward-thinking in my opinion. We've seen, Meta or Facebook really move that direction, and I think that VR is just on that tipping point of being, explosive, right? The devices are getting better and better every year. They're making it easier for more people to get involved and not like feel sick when they're playing VR. And then the amount of things and quality that you can do in a VR environment are, really, becoming so much more immersive. And so I think that's a pretty big point here. And I think NETVRK understands that, and they're looking towards the future. Now, this is on Ethereum right now, but they are looking to go multi-chain. But the NETVRK token is on Ethereum right now. So this is a fully enabled platform, and really a platform that is an easy way to make interconnected VR worlds or interconnected VR games. And I think that's one of the biggest strong points of this project, is they're really focusing on that, on being kind of a platform and a place for games to be able to onboard people through VR. And they have a massive list of partners that they have been working with, and so that makes sense to me, right? And so within this game, you'll be able to earn in a lot of different ways. Obviously, owning land, you can put up ads, hang out in social. There gonna be different gaming, commerce, pretty much what you'll find in most metaverses here. But you can also currently stake the NETVR token. NTVRK is the ticker symbol there, and you can currently stake that in a couple different ways, which is great. You can pick that up on places like Uniswap or KuCoin. So pretty easy and accessible. And while they're building things and getting this VR metaverse, kind of fleshed out, you can stake that NETVRK token. But they also have lands, they have vehicles, they have avatars that have already gone on sale and sold out. Those are all available on OpenSea, so you can grab them there if you're bullish on NETVRK as much as I am. Because I do think this is going to be one of the biggest VR-focused metaverses out there. They're really going high quality, and they already have some mini games that they've launched and talked about as well. So I can't wait to see more and more being developed on that metaverse this year, because I know it's coming. So with all these different metaverses that are coming out right now, I think that, it makes sense to stay on top of all of them. Each one of them has a little bit of a different vibe going on. We never know which one is going to rise to the top. Because they all have very similar focus, right? And it really comes down to one thing, and that is garnering a community, right? People who are going to play your game, because if you can't get people inside your metaverse, then, there's not going to be a lot going on. And so that's the number one thing here. And I think that all three of these metaverses have a really good opportunity to develop a great player base and a great community that is going to want to play their game in the long run, because they can earn and they can have fun with their friends. So let me know if you're involved with any of these metaverse projects in the comments below. I want to hear what your favorite is, if you think any of these ones are going to the moon quicker than others. That's all we have for today, folks. Until next time, stash that crypto, friends.